Hi dear students, welcome to Gita's classes. Now we are going to revise Unit 4 of Discrete Mathematics. Let us see the topics in that. In Unit 4, first thing is discrete random variable. Discrete random variable. Then we have Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem. Then we have recurrence relation. Then we have principle of inclusion exclusion. Principle of inclusion and exclusion. Then we have divide and conquer algorithms. These are the topics in Unit 4. In discrete random variable, whatever we have studied in COSM, that will come. Okay. Actually, I'll explain one or two problems we'll see in each one. Bayes theorem also, already we have enough number of times we have revised also. Both the discrete random variable and Bayes theorem in COSM. Okay. So you can go through that. One problem also I'll give here. And recurrence relations, we have and in Unit 4, I want to tell you, this is the smallest unit and you can expect almost all direct questions. Okay. So if you are thorough with these topics, very easy. Maximum you can expect, there will not be any twist in these questions. Okay. Maximum direct questions. Solve the recurrence relation or explain the algorithm, like that only. Everything will be very easy. Easiest unit is Unit 4. Okay. So here in how to solve the recurrence relation, we have seen different methods. One is iteration method, iteration or substitution method, you can say. It is also called substitution method. Another one is characteristic roots method. Characteristic roots method. And we have generating function method. To solve the recurrence relation, we have all these methods, three methods mainly. And in characteristic roots method, we have two types. One is we have solved homogeneous recurrence relations and non-homogeneous recurrence relations also. Okay. These are the topics where I told you, it is very small unit. Okay. So first, discrete random variable. You can expect one question like this. X and P of X will be given and you will be asked to find out the constant K and find the mean and variance of discrete random variable. All those types of questions you can expect. Bayes theorem also, we know what is conditional probability. You can expect those things also. Conditional probability or one definite question you can expect from Bayes theorem. Okay. So, and in recurrence relations, we have iteration method. Iteration method means directly. Suppose if you have an is equal to, what is the recurrence relation? An, if it is expressed in terms of an minus 1, okay, or one or two previous terms, then it is recurrence relation. What do you mean by the solution of recurrence relation? You have to find out an as a function of n only in the right hand side. You are not supposed to have the previous terms in the right hand side. That is called the solution of the recurrence relation. Okay, in the solution, please remember, in the solution right hand side you are not supposed to have an terms at all. An minus 1, an minus 2, no a terms in the right hand side. It should be a pure function of n in the right hand side. Okay, and it should satisfy the given relation, given recurrence relation. And in characteristic roots method, homogeneous and non-homogeneous. So generally we will have the terms like Cn or An or A0 plus A1 some C1 into A1 plus C2 into or AN, we'll see AN minus 1, C2 AN minus 2 plus etc. plus CK AN minus K is equal to a function of n. Okay. If the right hand side function is equal to 0, then it is called homogeneous recurrence relation. If you have the right hand side function not equal to 0, it is called non-homogeneous recurrence relation. For homogeneous, you will have only one solution, that is homogeneous solution. For non-homogeneous, you have to find out two solutions. One is homogeneous, that is assuming that the right hand side is 0. You have to find out this AN homogeneous relation solution, and for particular solution, assuming depending on the right hand side function, we have seen different methods how to assume the solution and solve for the values. Okay, you have to find out the constants. Let us see some examples each one. And another one is divide and conquer algorithm. You can expect the algorithm I have explained. There is a separate class for divide and conquer algorithm. I have given what is T of n, what is the recurrence relation for divide and conquer algorithm, and in that I have explained how to find out how to solve that recurrence relation, and I have given some examples also. Okay, one example I have given in that, please go through, and it is applicable for all the other relations like merge sort I have given, all the other sorting algorithm or searching algorithms, all the algorithms if you are thorough with that, you will be able to answer these things. Okay, and next is principle of inclusion exclusion. One definite question you can expect from principle of inclusion exclusion. What do you mean by principle of inclusion exclusion? For two sets A and B, what is cardinality of A union B is equal to cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection B. Similarly, if it is for three variables A, B, C, then cardinality of A union B union C is equal to cardinality of A. Always remember, you have to start from taking a single set, one set at a time, and then 2 at a time, then 3 at a time, 4 at a time, and so on. Alternatively, you have to start with positive and alternatively positive and negative. So cardinality of A plus cardinality of B plus cardinality of C minus, that is, you are including A terms and you are excluding intersection B terms. Okay, so taking 2 at a time. So cardinality of A intersection B minus cardinality of A intersection C minus cardinality of B intersection C. Then all the two combinations are over. Next is 3. Taken 3 at a time, it should be plus. We started with plus, here minus, then plus. Cardinality of A intersection B intersection C. How will you check whether we have written correctly or not? How many variables are there? 3, right? So 2 power 3 minus 1. That is 8 minus 1. 7 terms should be there. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have written all the terms. Similarly, for 4 also I have given in the class. Okay, you can go through that. 2 power, you will have 15 terms. 2 power 4 minus 1, that is 16 minus 1. So 15 terms you will have in 4 sets and all. Okay, even you can expect for 2-3 marks, you can expect for definition also. I mean, define how to find out the cardinality of union of 4 sets. For 4 sets you will be asked to find out the principle of this is the principle of inclusion exclusion. That is, we are including A, B, C separately, and you are excluding these common terms and etc. Okay, actually the meaning is, if you have for 2, I'll explain. See, if you have 2 sets A and B, okay, so A union B means what? You have to consider entire thing, but where from A also you are in, what if you consider this space, what is this? A intersection B, right? And you are including in A, and for B also you are including this. No, that means twice you are including this. That is wrong. It will not be the correct answer, right? So what you have to do is you have to exclude this once. Okay, that is the meaning. So you are including A and B, number of elements in A and number of elements in B, but this will be added twice, that should be removed. That is the meaning of exclusion, principle of inclusion and exclusion. First you are including all and this will be included twice. So once I have to remove that. That is the meaning. That is why we have written A intersection B should be removed. That is why minus. Okay, similarly for 3 also. Twice common parts will be removed. Then you will have, I'll show you for 3 also. So this is A, B and C. This part will be removed, this part will be removed, but this part will be removed. But we want this, no? All these things are already included in A, B and C. But this also we are removing for 3 times. But this should be included, right? That is why plus cardinality of A intersection B intersection C. Understood? So this is the principle of inclusion and exclusion. We can generalize it also. The general statement also I have given. Okay, then that's all the topics we have covered. Yes, we'll see some examples now. This is already explained in my channel, so just I have written the answers. In a Bolt factory machines A, B, C manufacture 20%, 30%. These kind of questions you can expect. This is using Bayes theorem. Okay, last time in COSM only for 2 machines, with the 2 machines only they have given one question. Okay, so 2 variables only they have given. Okay, so that was easier than this. Okay, so if you are thorough with these things, you will be able to answer. Then actually here they asked for the probability that it is manufactured from machine A separately, machine B separately, machine C separately. Even one also you can expect. And in discrete random variable, this question I have explained in COSM, it is available. Enough number of times I have given explanation for this question in COSM. Okay. So, and if you practice this question, you can expect one such question. This question covers all the types. You can find the value of K cumulative. Cumulative means up to the point. Okay. P of, suppose if you want a P of X less than or equal to 1, P of X less than or equal to 2. So you have to include 1 and 2. P of X less than or equal to 3. We have, I have formed a separate table for that and I have shown. That is cumulative. Cumulative means you have to add up to that point. Okay. And mean and variance. Continuous random variable is not there. Only discrete is there in your syllabus. Okay. You need not go through for continuous random variable. Okay. So mean and variance. Mean means what? How will you find out? Sigma x into P of X. Just multiply. And variance is sigma x squared into P of X minus mu. This is our mu. And sigma squared will be, variance is sigma x squared P of X minus mu. Okay. So this is actually E of X squared. E of X squared minus E of X the whole squared. So E of X squared is sigma x squared into P of X and E of X is mu. This is our E of X. Expectation of X. Okay. And after finding the value, K value is 1 by 10 and all, after substituting you can find out. P is strictly less than 6 means 1 to 5. And greater than or equal to 6 means you have to consider 6 and 7. Okay. Just substitute the values and K value and after that you have to find out. And 0 strictly less than X strictly less than 5 means what? 1, 2, 0, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 you have to consider. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to add all these things. And minimum value of K for which if X less than or equal to K is greater than 1 by 2. In the cumulative distribution function, after forming this table, you can find out this. Okay. For what value of K, this is greater than half. Okay. And solving the recurrence relation now, this is iteration method. Solve the recurrence relation A and this is the question. An is equal to an minus 1 plus 2 given a1 is equal to 3. Okay. This is substitution method or iteration method. Substitute. This is also called substitution method. Okay. So what you have to do is an, you keep on substituting these values, right? So an is equal to an minus 1. So an minus 1 can be written as the previous value plus 2. So it is an minus 2 plus 2. And here you just substitute here. So an is equal to this one. and here you this 2 and this 2 you combine, you will get 2 into 2 and so on. So in general, an is equal to an minus k plus k into 2. Whatever you are writing here, that should be written here. Okay, so k and k into 2. Now, depending on the initial value given, you have to write this an minus k. K value should be chosen. Here, sometimes they will give a0, sometimes they will give a1. Here, a1 is given, so we want to make this n minus k as 1. So, substitute n minus k is equal to 1. Okay, according to the given value, you should be able to write. So, from this, you find the value of k. K is equal to n minus 1. So, this k will become n minus 1. And you know that it is a1 plus 2 into n minus 1. a1 is 3, given a1 is 3, so just substitute. So always remember the solution of iteration, solution of the recurrence relation in the right hand side, you are not supposed to have a values at all, only function of n. You are not supposed to have an minus 1 or an minus 2 etc. in the right hand side. Okay, so an is equal to, it should be a pure function of n. Okay, please remember that. And it should satisfy, if you substitute in this, it will satisfy the given recurrence relation. Okay. And next is again one more question, similar question only, 2 into an plus 5. Wherever you have an, that is twice the previous term. The meaning here is an plus 1 is equal to 2 an plus 5. You have to understand the given question, accordingly you have to substitute. So twice the previous term plus 5. Okay. So in the place of an, how will you substitute? Twice the previous term an minus 1 plus 5. This is for an. So that is why in the bracket term it is twice an plus an minus 1. That is the previous term plus 5. Should be replaced for an. Okay. Then already we have this 2 and 5. Then combine. Like this you proceed. Okay. And next is using characteristic roots method. This is using characteristic roots method. And here this is a homogeneous equation because it is right hand side is 0. So this is a homogeneous equation of order 2. How will you find out the order of the recurrence relation? The smallest difference between the largest and the smallest subscript. You have to find out the difference between them. Here n minus of n minus 2. That is n will get cancelled, you will be getting 2. That is why order is 2. Find the recurrence relations order. How will you find out the order? The difference between the highest and lowest subscripts. Okay. Then after that you have to write the characteristic equation. So let an is equal to r per n be the solution and we have to find out this an. Okay. So an is what? R squared. Here it is, because it is order 2, you have to start from r squared. Then whatever coefficients are here, you write them accordingly. According to the given question, you have to write that. So r squared minus here 1. Okay, so minus r minus 2 into r per 0. That is r squared, r per 1, r per 0. R per 0 is 1. Therefore, r is equal to, now solve, r is equal to 2 and minus 1. And an is equal to b1 into whatever values you are getting. Depending on the nature of the roots. I have explained how to write that. If it is repeated, it should be reflected only in the constants. Okay. So here both are real and distinct. Therefore, how many values you are getting, accordingly that many number of constants should be written in the answer. So 2 into 2 and minus 1, 2 values are there. Therefore, we will have 2 constants b1 and b2. Okay. So b1 into 2 per n and plus b2 into minus 1 per n. You can write b1 into minus 1 per n plus b2 into 2 per n also, no problem. Okay. But this will be the solution. Actually, here the solution stops. But if the initial conditions are given, then you have to find out the constants b1 and b2. So a0 is equal to 0. Given initial value a0 is equal to 0 is given. Therefore, n is equal to, wherever you find out n, in the right hand side you substitute 0 and here in the left hand side it is a0. a0 value is 0. So b1 plus b2 is equal to 0. Similarly, a1 is equal to 1. That means you substitute n is equal to 1 in the both the sides. Okay, so left hand side it will become a1, that is our 1, and right hand side you will get 2 into b1 plus minus 1 into 1 per 1, that's for minus b2. Then already we have this equation b1 plus b2 is equal to 0. So solve them and substitute. This is our b1 and this is our b2. Okay. So accordingly you have to, so if the initial conditions are given, you have to find out the constants. If the initial conditions are not given, you need not find out. Just you can write B1. If the initial conditions are not given, this will be our solution. You can stop here. Okay. And this is a recurrence, this is an important question. You can expect Fibonacci sequence of numbers, solve the recurrence, write the Fibonacci sequence, write the recurrence relation for Fibonacci sequence and solve them. You can expect, this is a standard question. Fn is equal to Fn minus 1 plus Fn minus 2, where n greater than or equal to 2. And with the initial conditions, see if the conditions are not given, if the recurrence relation is not given in the question paper. If you are asked to write, please consider f0 is equal to 0, f1 is equal to 1. Then only you will be able to find out the constants easily. Otherwise also, even if you take f0 1, f1 is equal to 1, it will be difficult, that's all, to find out the constants. Okay. So always if you are asked, if it is not given, you please assume these values so that it will be easy for you to find out the constants. Okay. So again in the same procedure we have done this. So f0 is equal to 0 is, this is very very important. You can expect, this is a standard question. So this is the solution. Fn is equal to 1 by root 5 into 1 plus root 5 by 2 the whole power n minus 1 by root 5 into 1 minus root 5 by 2 the whole power n, okay, with n greater than or equal to 0. This is our solution. This is the solution. And next is non-homogeneous recurrence relations. And there you will have two solutions actually. Fn is equal to, an is equal to an homogeneous solution plus an particular solution. Two solutions you will have. Right hand side you have to assume 0 and find the, as we have done previously even for this one Fibonacci sequence we have found out, no, that method you have to follow. Okay, with the right hand side is assumed to be 0 and write the characteristic polynomial, then solve that. After solving this, so first part will be done. For second one, you have to assume the solution and you have to find out the constants. Okay. So actually 6 rows I have given and these two are same. First two are same. Second two, third and fourth are same, and fifth and sixth. So it is only 3 actually. Okay. It is not 6, it is 3 by different conditions. So if k, suppose if you have k power n, then if k is I have written like this, d into k power n. Then you have to find out whether this k is a root of the characteristic polynomial or not. Okay. So if it is not a characteristic polynomial, you have to assume this as a solution. If it is a root of multiplicity m, only n power m should be multiplied with this solution. So it is very easy. Don't think that about this big table we have to remember and all. It is very easy. And if you watch my class, okay, it will be very easy. There I have explained 2-3 times repeatedly. So you will be able to remember then and there. Okay, you need not by heart those things. Only these things you have to remember. K power n you have to check. Okay, if you remember this, then this is very easy. If it is a root, then n power m should be multiplied. That's all. Okay, and similarly n power s into k power n. Remember, for n power s, this is the answer solution you have to assume. K power n is k power n only. Okay, if you have k power n in the left hand side, you have to assume k power n. Okay. And similarly, if it is a root of m, if k power n is not present in that right hand side function, then you have to check only n power s is there. Then you have to check for 1, whether 1 is not a root or 1 is a root. Okay. Accordingly, you should be able to write the solution. This is the assumed solution. Then in which you have to find out the constants. Actually, I have given 3 problems. I have here I have mentioned the third one so that it will be easy for you to assume. I have explained 3 different questions in the class. If you have time, please watch that. Okay, it will be very easy. That's what I told you. One direct question will be asked, solve the recurrence relation. And if you are thorough with these methods, you will definitely be able to. And another important point, if it is not mentioned by any method, then you can use your own method. Whichever method you are comfortable with, you can. If it is mentioned, you have to use characteristic roots method or generating function method, then you have to follow that. Otherwise, you can use your own methods. Okay. So this is the problem I have explained already. Next is generating function method. Third is generating function method. For everything, actually if you are given a sequence, then you can write the generating function for that. What is the generating function? Suppose this is given a0, a1, etc. This is the given sequence an. Actually in the recurrence relation we want to find out an only, right? So in that, if an is given, you can write the generating function as a0, that is the first term you take into x bar 0. The meaning is x bar 0, it is 1. So plus second term into x plus third term into x squared and so on. So in general you can write g of x is equal to sigma n varies from 0 to infinity an into x bar n. For generating functions, to find the generating functions, I have uploaded one separate class for that. Okay, you can go through that. So you can, if the generating function is given, you will be able to find out the sequence. If the sequence is given, you can write the generating function and so on. So solve an is equal to 3 into an minus 1 plus 2. Important point is the first two steps. These two steps will be same for all the problems using generating function method. But only thing is the summation from here you will have some difference. Here summation from which point to which point. Here what is the order? an and an minus 1. So order is 1. Therefore order is 1. Therefore you have to consider from 1 to infinity. If the order is 2, from 2 to infinity. If the given equation is of the form an plus 2, then something into an plus 1 plus some function into an is equal to f of n, then you have to take it from 0 to infinity. Okay. Here the idea is take the generating function. After that you simplify the generating function, then find the inverse. Okay. Again, you have to find out from the generating function. From the sequence you are writing the generating function, and from the generating function you can find out the value of a. Our aim is to find out the value of a only. Okay. So for the first two steps are same for all. Only the limits you have to be careful. Okay. And here after writing this, what you have to do is every term you try to express in terms of g of x. Then collect all the terms of g of x to the left hand side and bring it to the right hand side. Then simplify. Here I have explained what is g of x, how we are getting. For this term I am getting g of x minus a0 and so on. Okay. Please go through that class if you want more detailed explanation. Okay. So this is the answer. After this, g of x is what? G of x is collected in the left hand side and all the other terms are brought to the right hand side and simplify them. Here don't write 1 by 1 minus 3x means you can write it directly to sigma 3 per n. Okay. 3 per n into x per n. But don't write it if you have products. If it is a single term, then you can write. Okay. So here answer is, after writing this in terms of sigma, you write 2 into 3 per n minus 1 is the required solution. Okay. And next is tower of Hanoi problem. It is a very important problem. I think year before last year, they have asked this, explain tower of Hanoi problem and solve them. Okay. So I have given enough explanation for this with examples I have given for 2, 3 discs and all I have explained. So here the idea is, you will be having 3 towers A, B and C, and in the tower A you will have some n discs. Okay, and you have to transfer all the n discs to the tower C with some conditions. Okay, so in that first idea is you are transferring all n minus 1 discs to the tower B and remaining 1 should be tower, and we have some conditions. Okay, just like that you cannot keep all the discs outside and arrange, nothing like that. We have some conditions. So we have to transfer from A to C. So n minus 1, we are going to use this B, tower B as an auxiliary tower. So n minus 1 discs will be transferred to B and remaining 1 will be transferred to C. So for transferring n minus 1 disc to B, we will get n minus 1 steps. Okay. And this one will be the last disk will be transferred to C for that 1 step, and again all these n minus 1 disks should be transferred to C for that again n minus 1 steps. Okay, so the recurrence relation for the tower of Hanoi problem is an is equal to 2an minus 1 plus 1. Okay, with the initial condition for 1 disk, if you have directly you will take and transfer it to C. Therefore a1 is equal to 1 is the initial condition, and we have solved this tower of Hanoi problems also. So answer, the solution is an is equal to 2 per n minus 1. That is minimum number of transfers. That is, if you want to transfer all the disks, 2 per n disks are there, then it will take how many steps? Minimum number of steps to transfer the disks. It will be 2 per n minus 1. Okay, and this is the solution. And next is principle of inclusion exclusion. You can expect one definite question from principle of inclusion exclusion like this. This I have explained already. Then using Venn diagram also, using the formula also you can solve this, and using the Venn diagram also you can solve this. Okay, the same question only using the Venn diagram I have done. And even this is a standard question, 2 divisible by 2, 3, 5 and 7. This also I have explained nicely in that class. You can please go through that if you want detailed explanation. And here in the functions, in the previous class I have explained what is the floor function. Here you have to consider only the floor function. Here you would have observed it is not just modulus or cardinality of that number. Okay, don't think this as a cardinality. This is cardinality of this one, but here cardinality of B will be, it is not cardinality of 250 by 3. Okay, this is not modulus of 250 by 3. It is a floor function. You can observe this. There is a small line here. Okay, so this is a floor function. Floor function I have explained. The previous value you have to take and so on. Okay, and using this divisible by 2, 3, 5, 7, you will be getting 193. But we want not divisible by. So you have to subtract 250 minus 193. So 57 is the answer for that. Okay. So it is a very small unit. You can expect direct questions from this. Please practice the problems, and I have done more problems in my classes. Please go through if you have time. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. All the best for your exams. Practice more problems. Do well.